we are talking An Unquiet Grave. This one is directed by Terence Cray and stars just two people, Christine Nyland and Jacob A. Ware. Now, this tells the story of this guy, Jamie, who has lost his wife in a car crash. And she has a twin sister, so we get this woman playing both the wife and the twin sister. And the husband tells the twin sister he thinks he knows a way to resurrect his dead wife. And she kind of goes along with it, and they do this kind of spell, and inevitably supernatural things happen, but maybe not in the way, certainly, that the twin sister was expecting. What'll happen? You'll have to watch the movie to find out. So, what can I say that works in this movie? I think this has a somewhat of an intriguing idea that I think was interesting had it been in a short film. This movie is not a long film. It's only 70 or 72 minutes, something like that. But there's an interesting idea for a movie there, and there are some interesting things that it does on a character level with this movie. And our husband character, for example, is somewhat of an interesting character. I think he's quite of a character that which we don't really know if we want to root for him or not. So it kind of makes the actual character a little bit of an interesting central character to follow. But I gotta be honest with you, I think this movie would have been good if it was a short film. It's well filmed. It's technically pretty sound. And I do think there are some stuff here that's obviously clearly low budget, and they try to have this concept and make it into a feature. And it does have a few creepy imageries here and there, and there are some decent kind of practical effects towards the end of the movie in regards to kind of prosthetics and stuff. But the issue here, it's such a this movie's so stretched out in its concept, because it's virtually just a kind of an idea that has been pulled and pulled and pulled to make it into a feature, and even then only barely. Had it been a 15-minute part of an anthology like a Tales of the Unexpected, I think this movie would have benefited a lot more and been a lot more punchy. As it stands, as a feature, it is kind of dull, to be honest, because it just feels like it's really treading water. So that's the main critique with this film, is that the concept here doesn't go far enough. There's not enough to it. Now, the decision to have two actors was interesting, but I feel hampers the movie, because it's almost trying to make it, let's try and make a film with just two actors. Great, but now you're kind of really limiting it to having a very tight, plot only involving these characters, where if you expanded it out and had like other family members involved, you may have had a bit more going on. Doesn't do that. So the concept feels really stretched out. Now, that might not be so bad if there wasn't other problems as well. But my God, the idea, although I think it's a neat idea, in practical terms, it's just unbelievable stupid in a way. I don't want to spoil it for you, because there's so little to this film. I don't want to really give away any type of real plot details, but the twin sister just goes along with this guy and thinks, oh yeah, I can resurrect your dead sister. Doesn't really ask how it's going to work. Pretty much just goes along with whatever is going to be said. And during that kind of the ritual, I suppose, something happens, and it's fairly obvious what's happened. I mean, the whole twist here that happens about halfway through, you can see in the first five minutes what's going to happen. You just know straight away what is going to happen. It's not clever that it thinks it is. So, this sister seems incredibly dumb not to question what is going on and not to kind of see through this obvious kind of ruse. And even after that fact, decisions made by characters to keep certain things, to hide certain things, just feels incredibly dumb, and just like, oh my God, it's just poor, unfortunately. Even if this had been a short film, I still think it would have those problems. You can edit this down and make it a short film, and it would still have some real problems. So I have to be honest, I don't think this movie is particularly good. It's well filmed. The concept, I think, had some ideas there, but had it been expanded upon, but it's not really entertaining. It feels like the concept is half-baked, and I've got to say it was pretty dull, even for a relatively meagre running time. The acting wasn't bad, but like I say, the characters are written in a way that they're so unrealistic, you can't really buy into them. I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.